I wanted to talk about how business owners, all of a sudden you are the person that does email marketing, you're doing sales, you're doing branding, you're doing your bookkeeping, your accounting, and you're not just doing the work.
A jack of all trades. I think it should be something that everyone strives for, is to have an understanding of everything that's going on in their business. It doesn't mean that you have to do it always, but it also doesn't mean that you should shy away from doing it at the start.
Exactly. Right in the beginning, when it's just you just have to understand, okay, I'm going to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it's amazing to know, where do I get the knowledge that I need? Where do I get the training that I need to actually find out about whatever comes up? When you realize, okay, I've got a gap in my knowledge, what would you do to move through that?
When we're talking about consumption of knowledge and how to learn something, you've got the internet. You've got the internet sitting right in front of you. I'd jump on Google and I would simply type in how to become a master at 10 tips for whatever, for the topic that you want to learn. It's going to throw you up templates. It's going to throw you up YouTube videos. It's going to throw up podcasts. Identify what it is that you feel you would like to know. Secondly is, when you're consuming content, don't just consume it and do nothing with it. Start to actually either A, just write it down. Yep. B, read it. Don't just listen to the concept or read it and then simply that's it. What we want to do is we want to take that and go to the next level. We want to look at it in such a way that we go, okay, I'm starting to think about that from different angles and that I can apply that to something. There's one more piece of that, is I'm a massive believer in that when you learn something, you need to tell people it.
Yes.
Yep. You need to teach it.
It's the whole thing about learning and implementing. If you learn something and then teach something else, it cements the knowledge.
Well, it takes it from being theoretical knowledge to being implementable.
Yeah. The other thing is, when you're good at your skill, your trade, and you're starting into the business space, how do you decide what to work on next, what to learn next? What is the most important thing?
I'm going to answer the question without the last part of your question in it first.
Okay.
So we're not going to talk about what's important first. I'm just going to talk about how you identify things.
Yep.
Firstly, as a business owner, your primary focus should be to remove friction. So if things aren't working the way that you want, or things could be done better, or you're not seeing outcomes, or things have to happen, they're frictions, and your goal is to remove those. Feel what the frictions are in your business. Think of what is the trigger that is leading me to feel what I'm feeling, and then what am I going to do to solve that? You want to break it down to the 3 simplest ones in business?
Yes.
Yep. Right now, I'm feeling like I don't have enough time.
Yep.
Go and hire.
Okay.
Right now, I'm feeling like I don't have enough work. Do lead generation. Right now, things are feeling chaotic. Build systems. Now, you said, how do I identify what's the most important?
Yep.
We do this in our initial call, our very first call with all clients. We talk about this fundamental key. The most important thing in business is where your mental health sits. The reason is very simple. Growing a business is hard. It takes a lot of work.
Yep.
It takes a lot of energy. We don't sell magic pills here. I'm a realist. Any of our clients will tell you it. This shit is hard.
Yep.
The guys that make it, the guys who've got their names up on this board back here, they've worked hard.
They worked hard and they've put in the effort.
Yep.
They earned that. Yeah.
There's no luck involved. They earn every part of that.
Yeah.
I'm really mindful that when I say things like that, like when I tell people that they've got to work hard, that's the resistance that they have towards business. And so like anyone that's heard that and has like kind of stepped back a bit and gone,
I don't want to work hard.
I don't want to work hard, or I don't like that. Like I want the guy that's going to tell me that this is easy. I want it's not.
No.
It's not. It gets easier. Our goal in life is to push ourselves and to be challenged. Like, don't shy away from that shit. Learn how to overcome it and learn how to move through it.
And what are you willing to give up in order to achieve that? Because there's always a trade-off.
It's kind of like the old analogy where you've got the donkey with the carrot dangling in front of it. But then you've got the guy sitting on top of it whipping it. It's like, which one is actually making the donkey move? Is it the fear of the whip that's coming from behind? Or is it the carrot that's dangling in front? Like, what is it? And as people, we actually have different spaces that we sit with different things around this. It's like, are you someone that likes to chase dreams, or are you running from something? Is that what's pushing you towards your goal? Which one is it?
Just imagine a line on a piece of paper. That's where you are now. So you can either take a risk and you go up one level and you stay there, And if that goes wrong, you go back to your original line. Like as long as you're not taking too much of a risk or you're not thinking about it and you didn't think it through, you usually come back to base.
Yeah.
But if you don't go and chase that next level, you just stay the same. But even if it goes wrong, you sort of come back to base. So you're not losing anything.
You'll be better off because the knowledge that you've gained or the skill sets that you've gained will always keep going up as long as you take the risk or you choose to make movement.
Yep.
But if you stay stagnant, that line doesn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
And the only way to make sure that we keep perking ourselves up on that is to challenge ourselves and make forward momentum and do things. If you look at all successful business people out there that we hold as mentors or that we aspire to be, they don't just understand one thing really well. They understand one thing really well and they have a broad understanding of what it takes to achieve what they have.
Yes.
Bezos didn't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to become really, really good at just selling books, because that's initially what it was, books online. He had the vision to look at, okay, what's the marketing for this? How am I going to store this? What am I going to do on the delivery side of things? What am I going to do in all of these areas? Yep.
And there's a lot of figuring out, like you figure out moving parts and you just have to get an understanding of all of them at some point. You know, you're going to be a leader if you hire a team, you're going to be a manager, you're going to like look after other people, manage staff. There's a lot in that space. You're going to have to do so much in managing your own finances, and you become someone like a management accountant who moves around cash and makes sure that you're on top of that. There's a lot. So I always think rather than seeing yourself as a tradie in this space, see yourself as a businessman with a trade business in that space, or a businesswoman.
A business, whatever.
Yes.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
If you were to call out your own current shortcomings, with your business knowledge, what would be one space that you think that you could start spending a bit of time learning more about?
Sales, even though it's not my role, I get it. Like I have a good understanding, and
but you've got
psychology.
You've gotten it. You didn't used to.
No.
And now you've spent time. And you've obviously consumed quite a lot of content in that space, so you understand it, which also now takes you back to having a better understanding of the other parts of the business. Because you understand the sales process, you can actually coach better. Because you understand what people are sold into, the dreams, hopes, their aspirations, what they want out of this, which means that you can coach better. So everything plays in together.
I think the biggest thing is about being curious and having like a healthy sense of curiosity that you can then use in a different space and just have a go, have a crack and learn something just for the fun of learning it. You don't have to do it yourself, but just learning about it. Do you want to go into yours?
I'd say one of my shortcomings is that I need to learn more about the efficiency space. And what I mean by that is I think sometimes owners of businesses try and extract too much from their staff, and therefore the staff can feel overworked. The staff can start to actually underperform because we're trying to extract too much from them. So what's something I would love to learn a little bit more about is how we can actually, on a healthy level, extract the maximum amount as we can from a staff member. I think there's a very happy medium there, a very fine line between doing it too much and obviously not getting the results we want. And then the second side of it would be, I feel like I need a bit of a refresher in the, let's call it the ratios matrices, which is like your current efficiency ratios, so your current ratios and so on with your bookkeeping and that.
Okay,
Your accounts.
Love that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's teach each other.
Let's teach each other.